I was having a conversation with my pops one day, just kind of touching base on some of the things I've been researching and trying to apply to my life to ultimately be better, to be whole, or some shit, just to take care of myself. And he was like, "Well, man, just don't be coming around saying you done became a wizard or something." Shit, it was funny, but even though he was playing. That's kind of like the mindset of a lot of niggas, man. Like we stay bound up just by a lack of understanding. Like, what I'm saying? I told him I'm a nigga in America. Whatever I gotta do to gain an upper hand on just maneuvering through this fuck ass system, I'ma do that shit. It's oh yeah, my love. Okay, I love you, my darling. Okay. But yeah, I mean, whatever I gotta do to get an upper hand on this shit. I mean, if I'm rocking crystals, I don't got no crystals yet, but I think that's what we started the conversation because I was just telling him, I've been researching it on the spiritual aspect and the scientific side of it about how crystals, amplify energy and shit like that, and how now science can show that each thought and emotion gives off a different brainwave. Yes, my darling. Why you got on some galoshes, baby? And that's what you want to wear? Okay, my love. But yeah, like how it amplify energies, you know what I'm saying? And just things to kind of give it some kind of scientific backing, And that's why he made that comment. Now the thing is, just as niggas and shit, we don't mind doing shit, but when you give it a purpose, that's when it's scary. The muddy puddles is gone, my darling. Well, you can walk through the grass. Look, the grass still wet. Look, go get those galoshes all wet. Now I see why you got them on. I understand now. You was thinking. I love you. But if I was like, yeah, nigga, I got all these jewels on my neck to stay flossing on niggas, and drip because I'm extra saucy, a nigga be like, yeah, nigga, sometimes you gotta drip on these motherfuckers, showing how you do it, nigga, Or if I got on jewels because my father owns cattle on 1,000 hills, and it says the fervent prayers of the righteous availeth much, and if I seek first his kingdom, then all my desires around my neck is manifested. I get a yes, he will do it, all kind of shit. But if I say I rock this jewel to be in tune to this kind of energy, or I rock an amethyst to, improve my intuition and shit like that, motherfuckers will be like, oh, this nigga into witchcraft and shit. It's like, call it what you will, you know what I'm saying? I study shit from a spiritual and a scientific aspect. I meditate shit. I use essential oils when I meditate because I understand different plant compounds cause my body to react in different manners, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I utilize plants for my well-being and shit. If there's merit in utilizing stones for my well-being, well, goddamn it, ultimately my desire is to be completely whole. So yeah, I meditate to keep my mind on track, or I figure at the very least all the fuck shit as a nigga I am exposed to, you know what I'm saying, just from the system, that puts thoughts in my head that might be counterproductive to my health, that put worries in my head that cause my body to react with stress hormones that in a constant state of stress starts fucking up your body. I figure if I can give my mind a break from that shit for 30 seconds to a minute, 3 minutes, shit like that, that's a step towards my well-being. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta learn to step outside of that whole box of that's the devil, and just, if you don't do nothing else, do a little research, get an understanding of it. I ain't trying to convert anybody. I will never ask for anybody to do anything against their own convictions, But just don't be ignorant. Know about the shit before you determine that shit ain't for you. Cause ultimately it might be. My brother, like, don't meditate, man. That open you up to spirits. Nah, nigga, being angry all day open you up to spirits. Being depressed all day open you up to spirits. Cause then you gonna start doing shit to cope. Whether it's drugs or chemicals, and especially alcohol, man. Everybody drinking just to cope. Alcohol don't do shit but make you bleed those emotions you need to sit your ass down, meditate, and learn how to fix. You know, I got folk that every time they get drunk, they get to rapping about, niggas called me ugly when I was a kid, you know, but I'm out here doing it now. Fam, meditate. Learn why that shit still bother you, and try to figure out what you can do for yourself to get to a point where that shit don't bother you no more. This is about whole health, man. If it take aromatherapy, if it take meditation, you know, everything you take to the altar, some of that shit hop back on you and follow you back home because you take it to the Lord in prayer. And in prayer, when you, like, a lot of people, as soon as they say amen, they done with the conversation. No, you done with your point. Yes, my love? Pick you up by the tree. You trying to climb that tree? It's still wet, baby. Maybe later, okay? But you know what I'm saying? Like, you can pray, and then when you say amen, you get up and go throughout the day wondering why shit ain't changed. But when you say amen, now it's time to open up and be in a meditative state. And that's when you gonna hear God, the universe, your higher self. But you gonna hear that shit saying, hey, let's check this out. You know what? Let's call a therapist. Let's see, you know, shit. It ain't no shame in that. Let's do what we need to do to get better. Let's do what we need to do to feel better, so that we can do what we need to do to act better, type shit.